Yes, I'm live now. Welcome once again to another new video. This is SAHOO and you are watching SAHOO's tutorial. Welcome back. Do join quickly. Let's begin the session. I hope you are all well and fine. Do join quickly. And this is day 2 conducting KSET marathon session. In the previous video I have discussed 25 questions along with explanation. Here I will be starting with question number 26. I think everything is okay. I am clearly audible to everyone. Is this PPT clearly visible? Am I audible to everyone? Will you please confirm? Will you please confirm so that I can begin the session? I think everything is okay, but I need your confirmation. So without wasting your time, let's begin the session. Please make sure to subscribe the channel and tap the bell icon to get more notification. And to stay updated, please do join the Telegram channel, that is SAHOO UGC net. So without wasting your precious time, here is the question number 26. Keep answering in the comment box. Keep sharing with your friends. Do like the session. Okay, these are all free sessions. Stay tuned. Watch this session till the end. It's going to be a very fruitful session. And in this YouTube session also I'll be discussing some research aptitude questions. So here is the first question on your screen. Keep answering. The first question is that which of the following was written by German Greer? The second says The Ethics of Ambiguity, Adieu a Farewell to Jean-Paul Sartre, The Female Eunuch. इनमें से कौन सा जर्मन ग्रियर ने लिखा है? So second says is a work by Simon de Beauvoir, published in 1949, whereas Ethics of Ambiguity is also a work by that is Simon de Beauvoir, whereas Adieu a Farewell to Jean-Paul Sartre is also a work by. So the first three works, that is A, B and C, these all are written by Simon de Beauvoir. ठीक है? Whereas Female Eunuch is not a work by D exactly. So here D is the right answer. Female Eunuch by German Greer. So D is the right answer. Exactly, sir, Mr. So the Female Eunuch, it's a work published in 1970. It was actually a international bestseller and important text in the feminist movement. Its sequel is known as The Whole Women, published in 1999. And why is 1999? Remember that in 1999, what IoT, in ICT, IoT, okay, Internet of Things was established in 1919. Okay, IoT, Internet of Things. Chalo. So here the second six is a 1949 by Simon de Beauvoir, whereas Adieu a Farewell to Jean-Paul Sartre, Simon de Beauvoir, whereas The Ethics of Ambiguity is a non-fictional work by Simon de Beauvoir, prompted by lecture. It is prompted by a lecture she gave in 1945, after which she claimed that it was possible to base an ethical system on her partner Jean-Paul Sartre's major philosophical work, Being and Nothingness. This is the important work by Jean-Paul Sartre's Being and Nothingness. Chalo. So in 1999, we just established Internet of Things, IoT. Moving on to question number 27. Who coined the term double consciousness? This is from Afro-American literature here. Okay, Afro-American literature. Which writer coined the term double consciousness to describe the African-American experience? So these Afro-American people were being treated as slave. So there's the racial segregation between these two races, the black complexion American and the white American. So double consciousness here to describe the Afro-American experience. It's by whom? Okay, it's not Toni Morrison. Okay, got it. A, exactly. W.E.B. Du Bois is the right answer here. Excellent. So here A is the right answer. Here you see which is the work. Remember that this is actually auto-ethnographic work, The Souls of Black Folk, that appeared in 1903. In this book, W.E.B. Du Bois had coined this phrase, the souls of the black folk, in 1903. Okay, double consciousness is the internal conflict experienced by a subordinated or colonized groups in an oppressive society. Okay, in an oppressive society. The term was introduced by Ralph Waldo Emerson in his 1842 essay called The Transcendentalist. So it was introduced by whom? The term was introduced by Ralph Emerson in 1842 essay The Transcendentalist, whereas it was first published by W.E.B. Du Bois, The Souls of Black Folk. Robert Omar Khayyam. This was translated into English in 1859. I even told you the 1859 is very important because in 1859 we find that Origin of Species is being published, whereas the other novel called A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens was also published. Here Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam was translated into English also in the year 1859. Who did this work? It's Matthew Arnold, Edwin Arnold, Scott Fitzgerald, Edward Fitzgerald. Who did this? Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam was translated into English in the year 1859. It's by Edward Fitzgerald. So here the right answer is actually Edward Fitzgerald. Edward Fitzgerald, Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam is the title that Edward Fitzgerald gave to his 1859 translation from Farsi to English of a selection quatrains attributed to Omar Khayyam D. Exactly, Oliver Wright dubbed the astronomer poet of Persia. Edward Fitzgerald is the right answer. All happy families are alike. Each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. This is the famous opening line of which work? The Sound and the Fury by William Faulkner, Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy, The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, and The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. Which novel begins with this famous line that all happy families are alike, each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. And to be a happy family, we need everything. Okay, financial security, financial security as well as happiness is also required. So here, this is the famous opening line of the novel called Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. B is the right answer. So the first sentence of this novel is happy families are all alike. Every unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. Where Tolstoy means that for a family to be happy. So a family to be happy, several key aspects must be given, such as good health of all family members, acceptable financial security, and mutual affection as well is required to be a good family, to be a happy family. Okay, Women in Romanticism is a work by which Indian writer? Shobha De, Namita Gokhale, Kamala Das, Meena Alexander. Women in Romanticism is a work by whom? Shobha De is famous for works like Speed Post, Socialite Evenings. Here, Women in Romanticism was written by Women in Romanticism. It's a work by Meena Alexander. Meena Alexander has written Women in Romanticism. It's D is the right answer. D. Whereas Shobha De is famous for works like Socialite Evenings, Saturday Night. Okay, these are all work by Shobha De. Speed Post. Shobha De is known for Speed Post. Okay, Socialite Evenings, and even we have also Saturday Night. Okay, check. So Meena Alexander has written here Women in Romanticism. So D is the right answer. Now here the proper sequence for writing a dissertation. What is the proper sequence? Proper sequence for writing a dissertation. Writing a preliminary draft. Okay, read this line very carefully. Develop a thesis statement. State your purpose in a writing paper. Make an outline to help you keep to your plan as you write. Proper sequence for writing a dissertation. Read the line very carefully and answer. Please don't forget to like the session. Keep sharing with your friends. Let the channel spread and enjoy the free session. Watch this session till the end. Those who have not joined yet the Telegram channel, do join the Telegram channel, that is SAHOO UGC net. And available courses are like UGC net, JRF, SET, GATE and CUT PG exam. So first you have a purpose, isn't it? So state your purpose in writing a paper. एक डिजर्टेशन लिखने के लिए आपको पर्पस होना चाहिए पहले. स्टेट योर पर्पस इन राइटिंग योर पेपर. देन यूज उसके बाद क्या करना है, डेवलप अ थीसिस स्टेटमेंट. डेवलप अ थीसिस स्टेटमेंट, देन मेक एन आउटलाइन. Okay, when you make an outline, then write a draft, preliminary draft. So first C, then B, then D and AB. C, B, D, A. Okay, so this one C, B, D, A. C, B, D, A. So this is the proper sequence for writing dissertation. B is the right answer. Got it? Chalo. Which of the following belongs to the category of good research ethics? Good research ethics. Okay. Publishing the same paper in 2 research journals without telling the editors. Conducting a review of literature that acknowledge the contributions of other people in that relevant field. Or including a colleague as an author on a research paper in return for a favor, even though the colleague did not make serious contribution to the paper. Or copying text from published sources without giving credit. Now tell me, I have underlined all the key words here. Good research without telling. So publishing the same paper in 2 research journals without telling the editors, that is not a valid point for research ethics. Okay, it is not obeying. Then return for a favor, in favor में नहीं लिख सकते हो, that is not also. Publish source without giving credit, that is also wrong. So good research ethics is actually conducting a review of literature that acknowledge, okay, the contribution of other people in that relevant field. Acknowledged means here showing what? Showing gratitude. Okay, chalo. ProQuest. What is ProQuest? ProQuest is a book, a text database, a search engine, an online journal. ProQuest is a book? No. A search engine? No. Online journal? No. Journal. ProQuest is actually a text database. It is a text database. So here B is the right answer. ProQuest is a collection of many databases that provide access to thousands of journals, magazines, newspapers, dissertations and other publications. ProQuest is a database, collection of many databases that provide access to all these things. Okay, which of the following best describe the phrase data abuse protocol? Data abuse protocol in literary research. Plagiarism. Data abuse protocol, that is true. Translating without permission, that is also translating without permission, data is being abused. Protocols, yeah, that is also true. Best describes the phrase data abuse protocols. Non-payment of copyright dues. Non-payment, he would not pay non-payment of copyright dues. Yeah, that is also a data abuse protocols. Quoting without acknowledgement. Acknowledgement means I told that that is showing what? Showing gratitude. So showing gratitude or acknowledgement is not related to data abuse protocols. Here it is not data. Acknowledgement is not related to data abuse protocols, isn't it? Showing acknowledgement here, that is gratitude. Okay, so gratitude and acknowledgement is not associated with data abuse protocols. So 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 are correct, wrong, 1, 2 and 3 are correct. B, this is also B. B is the right answer. Plagiarism is also data abuse protocols के अंडर में पड़ रहा है. Translating without permission, non-payments of copyright dues. Whereas acknowledgement is not associated with showing uh, that is not associated with data abuse protocols. So next question. Manjula Padmanabhan, Dina Mehta. Then you have Poila Sengupta, Santarama Rao, Mangalam, A Passage to India. Then you have Lights Out, Brides Are Not for Burning. So Brides Are Not for Burning is a work by Dina Mehta. Dina Mehta has written Brides Are Not for Burning, whereas Manjula Padmanabhan has written Lights Out. Got it? So A3 B4, A3 B4, A3 B4, only this option. Okay, so here A is the answer. A3 B4, A3 B4, that is Dina Mehta has written Brides Are Not for Burning, Manjula Padmanabhan has written Lights Out, whereas C, that is Foila Sengupta has written Mangalam, whereas Santa Rama Rao has written A Passage to India. These are the plays. Okay, A Passage to India is also a play. So we knew that A Passage to India, A Passage to India is actually also a novel by E.M. Foster, whereas Passage to India is also a poem by Passage to India is also a poem by Walt Whitman, whereas A Passage to India is also a drama that was written by Santa Rama Rao. Okay, next question. The tragicomedy, which is the product of the English theatre, is one of the most monstrous invention that ever entered into poet's thought. Who said this? Dryden, Pope, Joseph Addison, Dr. Samuel Johnson. So the tragicomedy, which is the product of the English theatre, is one of the most monstrous invention that ever entered into poet's thought, is actually Joseph Addison. Joseph Addison is commenting on this thing. Joseph Addison is the right answer. So here C is the right answer. Which of the modern plays by a British playwright, okay, a very important question, puts Shakespeare as a character on stage? Edward Bond's Bingo, Harold Pinter's Mountain Language, Terence Rattingham's Inspector Claus, Joe Orton's Loot. Shakespeare as a character. So actually in that work we find that Shakespeare is an aged character. Okay, so it's Edward Bond's Bingo. Edward Bond's Bingo. Here is the explanation. You see, Bingo, having the subtitle Sins of Money and Death. Sins of Money and Death is a 1973 play by the English playwright Edward Bond. It depicts an aging William Shakespeare. At his Warwickshire home in 1615 to 1616, because you know that he was born Shakespeare was born in 1564 and died in 1616. So here that is, it depicts an aging William Shakespeare at his Warwickshire home in 1615 to 1660, suffering pangs of conscience in the part because he signed a contract which protected his land holdings on the condition that he would not interfere with the enclosure of common lands. So Bingo is actually a political drama influenced with battle Brecht and epic theatre. Chalo. Next question. The first translation of Dalit writings into English, The Poison Bread. Who wrote this? Bama, Om Prakash Balmiki, Babura Bagal, Arjun Dangal. Arjun Dangal has written the first translation into English, The Poison Bread. Who has the first English playwright to in India to win the Sahitya Academy Award? Mahesh Dattani, Girish Karnad, Vijay Tendulkar, Badal Sarkar. It's Mahesh Dattani in 1993. In 1993 for Final Solution. solution. For final solution and collection of plays. For this work, Mahesh Datta is the first playwright won the Sahitya Academy Award. Whereas Jayanta Mahapatra was the first poet to receive the Sahitya Academy Award for his relationship. Okay, for his relationship. Jayanta Mahapatra, the Odisha poet, okay, he's from Odisha, died in 2023 as well. Who died in 2023 as well. He got the first Sahitya Academy Award for poetry for his relationship. Sahitya Academy Award for his book of plays called Final Solution and Other Plays in 1993. Mahesh Datta is the first playwright. Okay, Marco is a character in Arkin Arant's The Guide, Radha of the Serpent and the Rope. Mulkas Anand's act as the Black Waters, the English teacher. So Marco is actually Rosie's husband. Rosie's husband who was doing research. So Marco appeared in the novel Arkin Arant's The Guide that was published in the year 1958, and for this work in 1962 Arkin Arant got the Sahitya Academy Award. Okay, Sahitya Academy Award. Chalo, 19 Sahitya Academy Award 1960 में. So here the railway Raju, it is the guide is actually, who is the guide here? Railway Raju. So Raju is actually here we find the transformation of Raju from a railway Raju, from a tour guide he becomes a Mahatma. Okay, from a Mahatma, a savior, and he will also sacrifice his life for the sake of for the village called Mangala. Mangala is the name of the village. The Guide is a 1958 novel based on Malgudi fictional town, South India, that was created by Arkin Arant. He was the protagonist. Okay, he from a tour guide he became a spiritual guide, and then from spiritual guide to he became a greatest holy man. Okay, and who sacrifices his life to bring water for that village called Mangala. For that village called Mangala. So here it's all about the guide. The Last Man in Tower, Khwaja Ahmad Abbas, Asif Karim Boy, Joe Randolph Macaulay, Arvind Adiga. Arvind Adiga has written 19. It is a 2013 or 11 like that. Okay, 2011. So Arvind Adiga's novel 2011, Last Man in Tower. 11 novel by the Indian writer Arvind Adiga, published by HarperCollins India. It is the third published book and the second published novel by Adiga. So it is Last Man in Tower 2011 work by Arvind Adiga. Who wrote the novel 1984, which is a dystopian novel where Oceania is also a fictional setting. Oceania is a fictional setting appeared in the dystopian novel by George Orwell. It's by George Orwell. George Orwell published in 1949. Chalo. Next question. The Duchess of Malfi. Playwright known for his Duchess of Malfi, a dark and tragic tale of love and revenge. Okay, so this is actually a revenge tragedy. It's a Jacobean revenge tragedy by whom? Duchess of Thomas Middleton Webster, John Webster, Duchess of Malfi, Jacobean revenge tragedy. B. Which play? Ben Jonson is satire on greed and social climbing on the Elizabethan society. Volpone, alchemist, every man in his humor, season is his fall. It's Volpone. Volpone means fox. Okay, Volpone means fox in Italy. So we have Italian language Volpone meaning fox, sly fox, clever fox. Chalo. So it's greed and social climbing. It's Volpone is the right answer. Which play by Christopher Marlowe features a tragic protagonist who sells his soul to the devil? So it's the Renaissance Man. That is Dr. Faustus. Okay, it is actually a story of self-conceit, and he is very curious to learn necromancy. Okay, necromancy and self-conceit. Okay, the theme of necromancy and self-conceit. The chorus is actually making comment. The chorus is making comment on the learning of necromancy and the self-conceit of Dr. Faustus. So, which play by Christopher Marlowe features a tragic protagonist who sells his soul to the devil? It's the Dr. Faustus, the Renaissance Man, the learned man. So here D is the right answer. Next question. Which playwright was known for his satirical comedies and coined the term comedy of humors? E.g. were here William Shakespeare, Marlowe, Ben Jonson. Ben Jonson was known for comedy of humors, coined it also. Seasoners is a comedy, is a masque, is a historical tragedy, poetic play. So it's the only historical tragedy by Ben Jonson is Sejanus. So here C is the right answer. Next question. Matthew Arnold mourns the untimely death of his friend. That is Arthur Hugh. Arthur Hugh Clough. Here A is the answer on the poem called Thyresis in Elegy. Arthur Hallam, that is 1850s work by Tennyson, that is you have in memoriam. Okay, in memoriam, that is by Tennyson is writing in memoriam on the death of Arthur Henry Hallam, that is published in 1850. So here A is the right answer, Arthur Hugh Clarke. Next question. Matthew Prior's The Story of the Country Mouse is a parody. He's parodying Dryden's Hind and the Panther. So here A is the right answer. Matthew Prior's Story of the uh, Country Mouse is a parody of Dryden's Hind and the Panther. So here A is the right answer. Chalo. In which poem do we find the following lines occur? Behold, means see, her bosom and half her side, a sight to dream of, not to tell. A sight to dream of, not to tell. Cannot express that. Okay. Kids Eve of St. Agnes, Kids Lamia, Christabel's, and Wordsworth's Lucy Gray. So this is the lines are from actually Coleridge Christabel, which is an incomplete unfinished work by Coleridge. So here C is the right answer. Christabel is a long narrative ballad by Samuel Taylor Coleridge in two parts. The first part was reprinted in 1797, second in 1800. It was left incomplete. Coleridge planned the three edition parts, but these were never completed. In that poem, actually, Christabel, we find the line, behold her bosom, and half her side, a sight to dream of, not to tell. And here is the last question. Sir Thomas More's Utopia, that was for the first time published in 1516 in Latin, originally written in what? English, French, Latin, and Greek. So originally this was all written in Latin. That was published in the year 1516, and then it was translated into English 1551 by Ralph Robinson. Here is the Utopia is a work of fiction, social political satire by Thomas More, written in Latin, published in 1516. The book is written in two parts. The first part is Dialogue of Council, and the book 2 is Discourse on Utopia. Book 1 is Dialogue of Council, and the book 2 is Discourse on Utopia. It was translated into English 1551 by Ralph Robinson. Okay, so here I have completed 50 questions today. This was the day 2 session. Okay, see you soon tomorrow. Good night, everyone. If you have enjoyed the session, please do like the session, share with your friends, and do not forget to subscribe the channel as well. Thank you, everyone, and let's end the session. Those who are watching, good night, and let's end it here.